I'm Brian Foxworth. It's Monday morning, and you're on the Ride with the Mortgage Guy. I'm with Geneva Financial, and I realized that through these Mortgage Monday segments, I haven't gone over with you guys yet our mortgage loan process. And it's actually pretty cool. When you're a nerd like me, these things are pretty cool. You know, from the very beginning, when you either apply online at brianfoxworth.com by clicking the Apply Now banner underneath my picture, or if you give me a call at 803-446-3270, take the application by phone, that's when that process starts. I'll pull your credit report. I go over it with you line by line to make sure there's no discrepancies or errors. I go over with you what your credit scores are, and then I give you a list of documents that I go over with you on the phone and I email to you that I need. And those list of documents are usually about the same for everyone. It's your last 2 pay stubs, your last 2 months bank statements, your last 2 years of W-2s and federal tax returns, and if you have a 401k or retirement account, the last 2 months of the 401k retirement account. So I call it my 2, 2, 2, and 2. You know, two pay stubs, 2 bank statements, 2 last year's W-2s federal tax returns, and last 2 months of 401k retirement account, if you have that. If you don't have 401k retirement account, it doesn't hurt you. It can only help you if you do have it. So when you get those documents to me, then I'm able to see exactly what we can include and use for income to qualify for your mortgage. It's not just as simple as you telling me I make this much per hour. Many things can come to factor with that, including if you have a side business that's on your federal tax returns that shows a loss, then I have to take that into account for your qualifying income. So that's the first part of the process. Let's say you're purchasing, then what I do is I send you, after I review everything, I send you a pre-approval letter, letting you know the type of program we have you pre-approved for, along with the letter stating that this is the sales price and the loan amount that you're approved for. And that can be adjusted if your realtor wants to adjust it down for a certain offer they want to make. And even, to be honest with you, some realtors, very few, but some want that to be a blank when it comes to sales amount or loan amount for sales price. So what I do is I give you the initial pre-approval letter, and then after you guys found a house you'd like to make an offer on, your realtor contacts me and they let me know how they want that updated pre-approval letter to be. So going forward, let's say you guys get me a contract that's been accepted by, we call it a ratified contract, accepted by you and the sellers. When it's sent to me, I then give your realtors a call, mainly your first realtor, the one that's representing you, your buyer's agent, and ask them a couple of questions. The first one being, do you already have your earnest money you've given to them? Sometimes they stagger that to get it a little bit later, so I get a copy of the earnest money check, and also how soon they're going to have the inspections done. So when they tell me that the inspections may be a week from now or a couple of days from now, I then give you a call to let you know, look, here's what I can do. One of 2 things. I can either order the appraisal now, and you let me know if you're not happy with those inspections. We can cancel the appraisal. Or some people like to wait until the inspections are done to their satisfaction, and if there's any repairs that need to be done, that the sellers have agreed to do those repairs before the appraisal is ordered. It really all comes down to how fast you want to close. If it's within 30 days, you can wait, and it's usually fine. It's only within like a week to order the appraisal. If it's going to be wanting to close in 2 weeks, then we need to order that appraisal as soon as I get that contract. And so once I get that information from you, I already have all the documents I need besides the contract, and I can submit that to processing. When it's submitted to processing and it's made an application because we have the contract now, you receive, along with your realtor and the listing agent, you receive an email from me explaining what I've already told you in a little short video about what this next process does for application and sent to processing. The processor then orders the title work and verification of employments and all the things we need that the underwriter is going to need to ask for. Once the processor, my processor's name is Nora, orders those things, then it's sent to the underwriter for underwriting. And you'll get another email, you and the listing agent and the buyer's agent represents you for the realtor. little email stating what this next phase means in a little short video. And it's just a reminder of what's going on. And it keeps everyone in the loop of what the whole transaction and how it's going. And then when we receive the appraisal back, you get a copy of that in your email, a color copy, and everyone is updated. Again, you and the realtors, your realtor and the seller's realtor, this is the appraisals come back. It doesn't say what the amount is, just says the appraisals come back. And I give the realtors a call. And then the underwriter gives us what's called a commitment letter or approval with conditions. And the approval with conditions says, okay, from what you sent to me already, these are the questions I have, and these are the documents that can answer those questions. And so myself or Nora will give you a call and an email and state, look, this is what we need to get a clear to close. And so as soon as we ask you for those documents, it's very important you get those documents to us within about 24 hours or less, because the longer you take to get those to us, the longer it's going to take to get those clear to close. Clear to close is the key, is what we're all working towards. So you get those documents to us, what we call conditions, and those are all sent at one time to the underwriter by Nora, my processor. Then the underwriter reviews those, and you get a clear to close, and you get another email from us automatically stating you're now clear to close. And then that package is sent to the closing department. Now, one thing that we do that's a little different at this stage is at this stage, usually every other bank out there and mortgage company is now sending out the closing disclosure. However, as long as we have the appraisal and your homeowner's insurance quote back and the approval with conditions, we can actually send out the closing disclosure before we get the clear to close. So that allows us to not have to wait 3 business days after we get the clear to close to wait for you to sign the closing disclosure. So it works out really well to kind of speed things along. So once we have your closing disclosure e-signed by you, I'll go over it with you, and we have the clear to close, then the package gets sent to, again, the closing department, and they send everything within 24 hours to the paralegal at the attorney's office you've chosen. And then they make sure they balance on the closing disclosure that you've e-signed, make sure there's no surprises or any invoices or anything in the calculations, and then I send you a final closing disclosure, let you know exactly what you need to bring, or if you're doing a VA loan or rural housing loan, exactly how much you're getting back sometimes from your earnest money on there from the closing department. So at that point in time, we already have the closing date and time, and you're ready to close. I know this was kind of a little long, but I want to go over with you guys that closing process, the loan process from start to finish. That way you have something to refer to, and you can ask any questions you like by calling me at 803-446-3270, 803-446-3270. And also want to be able to let you know that you can email me, or you can actually apply online, brianfoxworth.com anytime, brianfoxworth.com, and make sure you're clicking that apply now banner underneath my picture. You guys have a great day, and hope you have a cleared up day. It's a little foggy out here right now, but make it a great week. Bye.